Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I want to talk about some products that I've purchased and I have regretted purchasing. Um, Sometimes I don't really like doing videos like this because if somebody likes a product, they're like offended if I don't, but it's okay. Not everybody's gonna like the same things. Before I jump into it though, so I went to the CCO. If you follow me on Instagram, I keep saying I'm going to post more on Instagram and I haven't. But if you don't, follow me on Instagram at Nalini63. I went to the CCO and they had great deals. They had 6 for $60 and then you get an extra 10% off. And then when you went up to the counter, they gave you a scratch off and you scratch it. And when I went up to the counter, I got an extra 10% off on my scratch off. So I purchased another Tom Ford foundation stick. Why not, right? Because 6 for $60. And I got the shade Chestnut instead. I'm wearing it today. It's a much better match than the warm Nutmeg that I had gotten in the stick from the Sephora sale. So I'm like, damn, you know, I should have come to the CCO instead of doing all that. Anyway. And of course I'm wearing my Patrick Top palette, but today I paired it with the Danessa Myricks Groundwear Neutrals palette. You guys are going to be sick of me with this palette because I'm going to be wearing it. All right, let's jump into products that I regret. And like I said, these are regrets for me. It didn't work for me. I'll give you the reasons why. All right, let's start off with the Rare Beauty highlighters. I know, shocker. Now, I saw this everywhere. So I got the powder and of course I got the liquid. For me, because when I look, this is in the shade Flaunt, right? And it was described as gold, as far as I remember it. But on me, it just pulled too champagne-y sort of white on my skin tone. See that? It has like this whitish cast on me. For whatever reason, I can't fix it. But the formula is beautiful. I just don't like the color. I tried to, well, I'm going out, so I don't want to, oh, you know what? Let me just leave my face alone. But it just has like this white, I thought it was a proper gold, how it was described. So this whitish sort of color I don't like, but I love the formula. It's very, very smooth. Maybe I have to pair it with something, but I regret purchasing it because, and what I did, I put it to sit on my vanity, and because I love the outer packaging, I was using it as decoration. So the shade really, really threw me off. So I wore it one time, I haven't worn it again. And then as far as the liquid, I don't like the formula. I didn't realize how dry it was. I mean, it probably would work out for some people because you don't want, I love the applicator though, you know, something slippery and slidey. But this was just sort of like dry for me. And I was like, see, look, it just, and this has the same whitish, champagne-ish cast. And I have highlighters, I think, with this champagne color, but for this, some reason, it just pulls so silvery, whitish on me. I don't like the way it looks on me at all. So those two, but they were reasonably priced. And of course, I'm not a good returner. I'm trying to work on being a good product returner, but I'm not a good product returner. All right, next product I regret buying. I have 2 products from MAC. This bronzer. Now, this got my attention because of the packaging. I love the packaging. Very pretty, right? I have it in the shade Rich Rosy, right? So this is supposed to be a radiant skin finish. I was so excited for this. I went in store and it looks sort of greasy because I was trying to use my finger at one point because I still haven't found, and I have a lot of brushes, I still haven't found the right brush that would work with this. But also it's very patchy. If you have this and you like it, let me know. So it just has like this patchiness. Don't love the shade. Like I said, I went in store. Well, I went to the Macy's counter because my stand-in store has closed. And let me put it on this part so you can get a good look at it. Don't love the shade. It's not as dark, but you know, it could be like a bronzer to warm up my complexion. But it goes on my skin patchy. And it feels okay in the pan, but like once it touched my face, and I have dry skin, so that could be it too. It just feels and looks dry and it looks patchy. I can't get it like to work on my forehead. And if I'm gonna have like a bronzer, I want it like mostly on my forehead, like to have that, you know, that nice look. But it just did not work out for me. As soon as I get on here, my phone rings, right? All right. Another product from MAC that didn't work for me, and I was excited for this, is the new MAC Studio Fix powder. I'm obsessed with powder. I have too much powder. I'm obsessed with complexion products. So I have too much of complexion products for sure. Like, it's insane. So I got this. I think I got it in the shade what? This is in the shade dark. And I love the cute little packaging. This fell so flat on my face, and I love the fact that it has a little cover and everything. It came with a sponge. I took the sponge out. It has the mesh. I don't really love packaging that has the mesh, but it's neither here nor there. This did not look, this made me casket ready, and it would not settle into my skin. It just didn't. Love the shade. It didn't settle into my skin. I felt like it was just sitting on my skin and looked powdery, and it just made my skin look dry. And I'm a MAC girl. I like a lot of stuff from MAC. I just recently repurchased the mineralized skin finish for all over in shade dark, which used to be my favorite powder. But this powder just dried me out. I just didn't like how it looked on my skin. It felt very heavy. Such a disappointment. And look at this. I have this full tub. I should have returned it. I did not. All right. Another product that doesn't work out for me is this Haus Labs blush. I know. These blushes are so popular. I got the shade, and I purchased online. I got the shade Pomelo Peach. Now, when I saw this, because peach for me is the peach in the Patrick Star Freaky Peach palette, right? And I love me some peach. This is what it looks like. But for me, this is only for me because people love this, but it's so powdery and chalky. I don't like the formula of this blush. And a friend of mine loved it, and she literally was like, "What's wrong with you?" I was like, "I don't like it." And if I don't like something, I'm going to say I don't like it. I've never used it on camera. I've never busted it out because I used it one time and I was like, nope, this is a no for me, because I was going to go back. I was going to get like some other shades. I can't. To me, it's kind of powdery, and I wish it was a deeper peach. I don't know. It looks very chalky, my skin tone. Maybe it's the color of the blush, and then it looked sort of powdery on me. Like it didn't give me that pow, you know. And I have a lot of blushes, so like when I purchase like a blush, I love the compact. I love the fact that it has a little mirror. But if I'm going to buy a blush or buy something that I have so many of, like, I want to love it, and I don't love this. And, of course, I still have it. I did not bring it back. All right, as soon as I sit down, that's when my phone starts ringing. It was fine when I was getting ready, when I was setting up, it's ringing. All right. Not a product I regret buying, and this is probably the first. This is the Danessa Myricks, this little palette here. This cream, it's supposed to be like a multi-use palette for eyes. I think eyes, lips, and face. Dewy cheek and lip palette. This was an impulse buy at Sephora one time I went in there. But this is just like, to me, like Vaseline. This is, I mean, and I'm not criticizing any of these brands or anything like that, but for me, this did not work out, not even for my lips. I don't like the texture of it. It's so like sticky, and it's like, see, it has like that stick that I hate. I don't like the formula. It's very, I'm not sure what's the word I'm looking for. If you own this palette, if it works for you, let me know like how you make it work. Do you like the formula? It's very tacky. I can see it for the lips. You know, maybe you pull it together for the lips. This is a beautiful shade right here. It's so like you have to really rub it in for it to get. Oh, that's what it is. I just don't like the texture of it. The shades are nice. I certainly do not like it. I put it on my face. I could not get it to work. It lifted everything. It just looked like I just put like a thick oil, like a thick sticky oil on my face. It was, and this is probably like the first product from her that I did not like, and I really should have I should have taken it back, but I didn't. Next product I regret is this Jaclyn Hill. It's called a glazed Luminizer, and I thought I would love this. Okay. The shade name is I'm Dazzling, right? This is so pretty when I saw it, and I purchased this in person, mind you. This wasn't online. Isn't this gorgeous the way it looks, right? When you swatch it, this is what you get. To me, what you see in the pan is not what you see when you swatch it. It looks deeper in the pan, but once you rub it, you get like when you take the top off, you get the true shade of it. And I didn't need this. Look at this. This is all this is. Just like a wet balm with a little bit of like a little tint of orange. I thought I was getting what's around it. Very deep. It also has like that sticky formula that I also don't like. And I could have done without this. I used it, I think I used it twice, and the second time I put a little bit on my nose. I didn't even put it like on my face. But no. I wanted more from this. I love her packaging. I love the idea of it. But if I put this on my skin, it wouldn't even show. And I would have to put it, I think this would work if I put it on my skin and I have like no foundation on or anything like that, just on my bare skin, like in the summer for a glow. And I'm never going to be without foundation. I don't have perfect skin. I have a lot of makeup. I'm going to wear makeup. So for me, this was, like I said, I regretted it. But of course, I'm pretty sure there's some people that love it. All right, I have two products from Patrick Ta that I regret. First one is the Major Headlines Blush Palette, Volume 2. Girl, I don't like this palette. Don't come for me. I don't like it. This is the palette in question. I should have brought it back. I don't know why I still have it. I don't like the formula of these. I was excited for this shade. It was described as a peach. I wanted something similar to the Patrick Star Freaky Peach, because that's like my look at this. It's just white. That's my bar. That shade from the Freaky Peach. This doesn't look anything like peach. It looks like white champagne on my skin, right? So I was very, very disappointed in that. And then the cream one next to it, I think the one that you pair with it, it feels a lot like the Danessa Myricks, and there's nothing. I don't know what this is. I don't know where this is going. There's no pigment or anything. I don't know how he got away with this palette. Look at this. It's just, maybe it's considered like a wet balm, like how Danessa Myricks had her wet balm. And you just put it on your skin for a wet look, or maybe put it over an eye look for a wet look. But I'm not sophisticated enough to do that, because I remember one time I saw a girl did that on TikTok and I tried it and my shadow just came apart, looked patchy all day. So no. So those are the two I was mostly excited about. They disappointed me like crazy with the no pigmentation. And so for the other creams as well, because there are creams on top. Look how I'm messing it up. Maybe one of my nieces would like it. These aren't bad. This shade, I don't mean to flip you guys off. This shade is not bad, but really? And I have deep skin. This, I don't know what this is. Not bashing him, not trying to be mean. It's just my thoughts. Maybe some people love it. I don't understand it. So I talk about his major dimensions palette so much. I figured, let me bring it out. This is the palette that I kept saying, this is the only other palette I have from him. Set up the same like the Dimensions 3 that I'm loving. But this has, of course, shimmers and mattes. Even the matte shades, and I didn't realize and the thing is, I picked this up in person, you know. I went into a Sephora I've never been into. I was in another state. This is what I'm blaming it on. That store was so dark. I even said to, not an excuse, but it just had like I was like, what is this? They're trying to give like a sexy theme in here. Everything was all dark, very sultry. I don't know, they lowered the lights. I didn't know this palette pulled sort of pinky. I wouldn't buy, like, I'm more partial to peaches, but I wouldn't buy a full palette that pulls mostly pink. The mattes pulls, like, it's very pinky. Didn't realize that. The formula of the mattes are beautiful, like the formula in the other palette that I own. The shimmers is what turned me off, and I'm a girl. I love a good shimmer as well. I love a matte eye, but I love a good shimmer as well. They're chunky. They feel gritty. Especially like this one right here that I'm swatching. It just feels like chunky. And see how it looks? So I don't know if these are considered like the toppers that everybody's doing now. But like, let me spread it out. See, this is what you get. Like a lot of this, like chunky, and it has like a lot of like glitters in it. To me, it's not smooth. And I like my shimmers a little bit smoother. Let me swatch this one here and this, and the orange one. I think this one here, this shade right here, I would say has the best formula of all the other shades, but still. See, this one has the most pigmentation. This one is smoother. This is not as chunky, but the rest are like chunky. And then, like I said, the mattes, everything pulls a little like pinkish looking. So if you like pinks, maybe you like this shade. And the palette looks a lot more messy than I thought it would look, because I used this like twice. So I'm not sure why it looks so messy, but I don't know. I just don't like this palette. Crazy morning. All right, so the next palette I regret buying is this Anastasia palette. What is this one called? This is I think it's the Primrose or Pomelo palette. I should have known when it said rose too. I love this shade as a blush, the orange shade. But this pulls very pinky as well. When I saw it, I didn't realize it has so much like purples. I hate like purple tones. I don't really reach for it. The shimmers aren't bad, but I don't know. It just looked better online and when I got it in person. And there's nothing wrong with it. I can't criticize like the formula or anything. For me, it's just not, the color story is not for me, but I purchased it, which makes no sense. Yeah, the shimmers aren't bad. Shimmers aren't bad, but I used it once. I never used it again. I keep forgetting that beautiful orange blush is in there. Oh, I'm going out and I'm getting all this crap on me. So, oh, that gold is not bad. Very bright, but I don't know. Something about the color story. And it just literally sits in my drawer. I'm not feeling it. Okay, last thing is this little blush stick by Ilia. It's called Summertime. This is supposed to be a rosy shade as well. Peach rose. I pull towards these shades. This is like so dry. I tried it on, look, see, just to pull it, it's like, and to me, it just looks, I don't know, it looks more bronze. I don't see like a lot of the peaches and stuff in it. And when I put it on my skin, let me blend it out so you guys can see. I don't mind it's dry because of course my makeup don't move as much, but it just looks as though like I just have like a balm. I barely see the color. This is why I struggle with cream blushes and stuff. I get it, but come on. Like I want some color. I want a little bit of pop. like the LYS blushes, and those are nice cream blushes. This is like a blush slash highlight. And it was a little pretty penny for this little thing, but I don't like it and I regret buying it, and of course I didn't take it back. All right, guys, so that was the end. This is the end of the video. These are the products that I regret buying. I'm pretty sure I have some more, but these are the ones that stood out to me, and I should have brought them back. I did not. Let me know what products you purchased and regretted. Maybe some of them are included in here. So now Thanksgiving is coming up next week. I think this video may go up on Sunday. Oh, let me know if you guys like my Sunday uploads. It's easier for me. Because a lot of Fridays I film because I don't have my son. All right. So the week of Thanksgiving, I'm not gonna have any videos. I'm taking that week off, you know, just relax a little bit because, you know, I have my son's 21st. My older son has his 21st coming up, so I'm gonna be busy with that. And so I'll be back the following week, or maybe that following Sunday. The next week is my birthday week. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing a lot of stuff. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.